Hello and welcome to the InsideSport podcast. Today we have with us the cricketers who have surely inspired all the budding cricketers out there to never give up on their dreams. The sensation of IPL 2024, obviously, Mr. Shashank Singh. Hello, sir. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks a lot.
Okay, sir. So, what has changed in your life after this season of IPL? We all know what has happened before, and we all have spoken about it. You have spoken about it. But what has changed after the season?
Things have changed. Like people have started knowing me. I'm on Inside Sports having an interview with you. So I think things have changed all in a positive manner.
Right.
All thanks to God, Almighty God. But yeah, feels good. Obviously, like after IPL, when I came back, we had our own CCPL, Chhattisgarh League. Then it's been just
Yeah.
few days, I'm back home. So obviously, people have started recognizing me in Bhopal because that's my hometown. So feels good when people know you. They smile when they look at you, and it feels good that you have done something good. I think in your career. I'm very happy, but a long way to go. So just fingers crossed that obviously future should be bright.
The next question, sir, from my side, will I'll directly jump into it. It might
Yeah.
sound like a serious question, but so the recently the squad was announced for the Zimbabwe tour, and many youngsters and many newcomers have been added, and your name wasn't there. What are your feelings about it? Like, are you disappointed to not be in the squad, or what are your general feelings around it?
No, not at all disappointed to be very honest,
Yeah.
because I am someone who's practical at times and who's realistic. So obviously, I've stopped expecting things from myself or from anyone, to be very honest. But yeah, obviously, it helped me in knowing that I have to how much hard I have to work in future, because obviously there are a few things which I really need to work on.
Right.
One is fielding, fitness, all these things I have to work on my bowling as well. So
Right.
obviously, I get a reality check also at times when these scores get announced, that obviously I have to work so much if I want to compete with the best. Because obviously, when you see the squad, all the players are like thoroughly, they deserve it thoroughly. If you see Nitish, if you see Rian, they have done exceedingly well in domestic circuit as well as in IPL. So
Right.
obviously, I know that I am somewhere near, somewhere there, somewhere very near. But obviously, it'll take some time for me to be get noticed even more. So obviously, in a good way, I would work even more harder, and I'll
Yeah.
make sure that obviously I get recognized even more during the selection meeting and stuff.
Makes sense. So we do a lot of Vox Pop videos. We go around and ask people about their opinions. And we did one of the questions were, who do you think should be in India's T20 squad? And even in Mumbai, most of the people were saying Shashank Singh should be there. So we were expecting to see you. And I know that it's too soon. The IPL has just ended, and even you won't be that harsh on yourself around now. And I've seen your previous interviews in which you have said that you're going a little bit easier on yourself now after
Yeah,
speaking with Butler and
yeah,
other players, that they don't take this sport so seriously. But
right.
did you have a little bit of expectations before the squad were announced, like your name might be there, your name can be there, or you were like, okay, I am not thinking about it at all?
So honestly, like when I'm saying I'm not expecting, trust me, when last IPL I didn't play, obviously that was the time I've expected from myself to a great extent. That obviously I'll be there in any of the squads. When I was not there last IPL, not
Right.
this one, the last one. So
Yeah.
after that, and literally I cried for hours and hours that night. We were playing a Ranji game. So after that, I've stopped expecting anything from myself, from anyone. To be very honest, in my
Yeah.
personal life, in my professional life, because obviously it tends to hurt you at a point. So the better part is that you should work on things which are controllables to you. Selection is something which is not in my hands. It's there are
Absolutely.
five selectors who will select a team. What is in my hands is to work hard, follow the process, and end result, I think God will take care. If I follow my process, most likely I'll have a good result on my end. So it's more about the process rather than just expecting things which are not in your control.
Absolutely makes sense. So now the upcoming Sri Lanka series, like, are you thinking like you can be in the mix, or you're just thinking like more 5 6 months from here you can be in the mix again, or something like that? Because Sri Lanka series is right now, like after 20 days of Zimbabwe tour, they'll be playing three T20Is. So no expectations from that as well.
No, to
If
be
you
very
get it.
honest, what I am looking forward is the off season, which I have like next 1 month. Where I have to train very hard. I have to work on my fitness and my fielding as well. And then obviously the domestic season is very big. If you see the red ball cricket is,
Yeah.
we are starting with the red ball domestic season. So obviously I have to work on the red ball technique because last year it didn't go well, to be very honest. So I have to work on the red ball technique. So I'm focusing on those things where I know that obviously from 11th October the Ranji Trophy season will start, and most likely I'll be there in the 11th of Chhattisgarh. So I'll be playing the matches there. Before that, if some good news come, obviously I'll try to grab it. But if not, again, I have the Ranji Trophy, I have a domestic season, and hopefully, I'm very hopeful that next year I'll be there in the IPL. So obviously, IPL. So obviously, focusing on those things, and if I follow the process well, I'm sure. Like I've never expected things from me. I'm sure that there's something very big waiting for me in the future. Because if I'm working on the process, I'm sure the result will take care of itself.
Absolutely, sir. And from all the interviews I've seen of you, you seem to be like a very modest kind of a person who comes out and you are like, okay, I know that these players are good. I need to work on my fielding. Even now, you have said you have pointed out two, three, four flaws of yourself. And in a very recent, like man of the match in a very recent CPL match, you shared your man of the match award with your teammate Pratik Yadav. Like, are
Yeah.
you always this like? Is this your mentality to be a team player first and not concentrate on individual records?
Oh yes, 100%. Like for me, this sports is all about team. It's all
Yeah,
about the other 10 players. I'm the 11th player, other 10 players. Because see, what I have felt in last few years of professional cricket, that the individual performance will take you to some extent. But if you want to grow as an individual and as a player as well, the team matters a lot. And
right.
the appreciation or the way the team thinks about you, that matters a lot. So it's always, for me, it's always team first. It was never that I score a good 100. It was always I score a good 10, a good 20, which can contribute to on a winning cause, not a good 100 which end on a losing cause. So for me, it was always that. And the other day, man of the match, when I gave it to Pratik Yadav, I think his innings made the difference. Obviously, I took 5 wickets, I know. And that again, I'm not denying that part that it wasn't a good achievement. It's one of the, like, I've never took a 5 wickets in a T20 game. So it was a good achievement for me, a very big achievement, maybe once in a lifetime thing. But then again, that game, if you technically talk about that game, we were struggling and he scored a 15 balls, 45. So
Yeah.
obviously, it's good that obviously you should promote someone who has done really well and who has a bright future as well. So obviously it feels good also, no?
Yes, obviously, and we were so happy to see you doing that. First, this IPL season, then you come and you do well in MPL, and then you're sharing your awards with your colleagues, which just shows that you're so comfortable in your own journey right now. You're not competing with other players. You have seen so much throughout these years, and now you're just happy. So the next question which I'll come on is related to your fifer in the MPL.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
think you are underutilized as a bowler in the IPL this season? Because you are an all-rounder, right? And you want to be known as an all-rounder, but
Yeah.
yeah. So do you think that because Punjab also had a lot of bowling options, do you think that you underutilized as a bowler somewhere?
Uh, no, to be very honest, like obviously with the back player rule, you have six mainstream bowler and then an all-rounder. If you see, Sam was one of the best all-rounders in the world, so he was a captain and he was doing decently well. Then again, Harpreet Brar, he's someone who can bat as well. So
Right,
we have good 6, 7 options. I was the eighth option. And
right.
then obviously as a captain, when you see it gets very difficult when you have too many options. And with impact rule, again, the trust wise, obviously, you will trust me more as a batsman as compared to Barar. But
Yeah,
when it comes to bowling, you will trust Barar more as compared to me because obviously Barar is a bowling all rounder. So it goes
yeah,
that way only. Like because there were some matches where I led for DY Patel or in CCPL as well this year. A bowler took 2 wickets in 1 over. I changed and missed over because maybe I felt something at that point. So it's about what you think. And I know that I'm capable of bowling at the IPL level as well because this year CCPL when I bowled, I gained a lot of confidence. In
yeah.
last year's Mushtaq Ali and Vijay also, I did well as a bowling person as well.
Right.
So I did well there. But then obviously there are a few things which I need to work. We really had a good bowling coach, Sunil Joshi and Shah Langafat sir,
Yeah,
with whom I discussed a lot in Punjab things. So obviously I know where to work next year because I know that if the impact rule stays also, then also I'll be someone who can give the team good 2, 3 overs, and I think it can change the match scenario as well. So this year I'm more focused on the red ball batting and white ball ka bowling T20 and one day wala because I know that okay, batting where I'm sorted, where I'm not sorted, which things to work. So next 2 months I think are very crucial for me.
yeah, makes sense. Makes absolute sense. So, like all rounders have a special place in every team, and we have seen you ball, we have seen you bat, and you like very hard hitter, but also a good bowler. So obviously, you will want more chances next season if you in any team you play in the IPL. And
Uh,
coming to
uh,
that question, it's a big retention here.
uh,
So, are you expecting to get retained by Punjab this season? Obviously, we all are, and you will be their
yeah.
first pick. But I want to know from you.
Thank you so much. If I'm their first pick, then obviously we are going on a treat in Mumbai somewhere. But then obviously that is something which will happen in October, November. It's
Yeah.
too long from now. I mean, there can be so many things happening in between that. But obviously it will be good to play for the same franchisee. But if not, again, there are so many good franchisees as well, apart from Punjab as well, all the nine franchisees. So obviously, what I told you in the starting of the interview, I'm just hopeful that I play next year's IPL because obviously after last year, I've stopped expecting everything
Yeah.
from anyone, from everyone. So obviously, I'm grateful to God that obviously this year I got an opportunity. I'm just expecting and hoping, just hoping, not expecting. I'm just hoping that next year also I get an opportunity in any of the teams in the first 11, and obviously I can prove myself to everyone like what I
So
do
from
usually try to do.
where we see it, from where we see your story, it's similar to what happened with Rinku Singh last season, right? He was playing for so many years, and then one match made him a star, and then he continued performing. And this year, every
Yeah,
match you played, you had an impact all over. So you're saying that you're hoping, but we are sure the team will look forward to buy you first if you are there in the auction, right? So they
yeah.
will want you there. Obviously, Punjab will retain you, but if they're not for any such reasons, other teams will go for you all out. You also know it. We also know it. You're just being modest again. But if not Punjab, which team will you want to be a part of? Like, which team will you love to be a part of? Which player you will want to play with?
Again, I mean, it's a question where I'm literally clueless. But then if you ask me as a layman, like 10 years back, which team I supported,
Yeah.
so I supported CSK because obviously because of Mahi Bhai.
Yeah.
10 years back when I didn't know that IPL में जाना कैसा होता है, auction कैसा होता है, I didn't know 10 years to 12 years back. So obviously CSK is some team where I think that वो जो होता है ना कि वो the first love you say. तो IPL में
Yeah.
जब जो start हुआ था, so they were in the finals against Rajasthan Royals and CSK lost the finals. So I was थोड़ा सा sad कि यार क्यों हार गए हम लोग. So that is something को CSK के लिए एक soft corner है somewhere for sure. But then any team, the team picks me up, I just want them ki they back me, they give me an opportunity to play, and I want myself to prove the decision right. So obviously, whichever team comes, I'm very happy and I'll try to grab the opportunity.
But the first preference will be my buy and CSK for sure. It will be a dream come true. Like we have seen your post, we have seen your Instagram, and it's my buy ke saath photo and everything. So we know you are a my buy fan for sure. So yes, okay, CSK. Okay,
Yeah.
apart if we don't want him to retire, if my buy retires next season and he's not a captain of CSK anymore. So my next question will be which captain will you love to play under in the IPL, not in Indian team, but in the IPL? Which captain will you love to play under?
See, I mean, this year where I played with Shikhar Bhai and Sam Karan, they
Yeah,
were up to the mark. Obviously, we didn't do well as a team, but I didn't feel there were any captaincy errors or glitches. So I think what I have played this year, like uh, Sam Karan's captaincy was up to the mark. I've heard that Rohit Bhai is one of the best captains because when we speak, obviously we as friends, like I speak to Surya, at times Rinku, Shivam Dubey, so Shreyas. So these Bombay guys are good friends with me because I played for Bombay. So when I
yeah.
ask them, they just कितना तारीफ रोहित भाई के बारे में कम लगता है कि there's की इतना like he gives the freedom, he gives the full support to you. So obviously Rohit Bhai is someone every cricketer in India wants to play under his captaincy. So Rohit Bhai will be obviously the first choice because obviously I want to know कि रोहित भाई ऐसा कितना freedom and उनके one liners रहते हैं and all that stuff.
Right.
I mean it gives you that freedom and थोड़ा सा अच्छा अच्छा माहौल रहता है positive वाला. So obviously Rohit Bhai will be someone who will be
So when we see Rohit Sharma on TV as well, it just seems like he's such a cool guy to be around. He will give you the freedom and he will just speak with you. He will also get angry sometimes, but you can't feel bad when he gets angry on you. He's
right.
that kind of captain, of course, sure. And you mentioned Surya Kumar Yadav. Surya Kumar Yadav, I think, was one of your biggest supporter throughout the IPL. Even if he plays for MI, every match you played, he uploaded a story for you. Every match he uploaded stories for all his friends, I think so. But what are your views about Surya? Because he also came into action via IPL and now he's like the number one ODI T20 batter. But such a great guy, still such a great guy to be around.
Oh yes, like with Surya, it's been what 10, 12 years. And like obviously, if you're mentioning that, obviously the way he backs me up, I'll tell you a story back in 2015. I think that was my first year, and I was dropped from the side because I was injured. I got a hamstring tear. That was my first hamstring tear. And Surya was the first one where he mentioned that tough luck, don't worry. He mentioned on Twitter. I mean, that time he wasn't this big a star, but still he was a star. He was playing for KKR, I think that time. And
Right.
he praised me highly to other franchisee owners and the scouts as well. I know I've seen him talking about me. I've seen the messages that like Surya has really praised me. So obviously that is something which is very close to the heart, because obviously this year I think I got the opportunity and I did decently well, and Surya praising me a lot. But then obviously this is something he has been doing since last 10 years. So our bond is very special, very different. He's someone like, obviously he's the number one star in the world, like in white ball circuit, if you say. But then with us, when he comes, like me, Surya, Siddhant, Adatrao, one of his friends, when we all sit together, na, it's all like 10 years back when we played for Parsi Khana, when we played at Shivaji Park. So it was more about that. Cross मैदान में क्या किया था, वो गोला
Right.
खाया था, कच्ची
Uh-huh.
केरी खाई थी. So it's more about that. I mean, obviously we do cricket talks because obviously I love to have Surya's view on few things, because obviously he's right up there. So I want
Yeah.
to know his mindset about some of the sort of selections. But then when we talk about, so it is more about past, it's about our future, कि क्या करना है आगे और. So it's something very special bond. He's not a professional friend anymore, because obviously there are people around who are my professional friends. I can talk only cricket, not about my personal life or anything else. But with Surya, he's a friend now. I can call him a friend, proper friend. He's just not a professional friend. He's someone who is my friend. I can tell him that
Right.
he's a special friend of mine.
And it obviously shows from his side as well, from your side as well. Now, when you're speaking about him, now when you're talking about the other Pasi, Gymkhana or Shivaji Park, the
Yeah,
Mumbai guys, the
right.
bond of the Mumbai guys, and it has always been there. Like people who have played for Mumbai. In Mumbai, I have a special connection. I don't know how it occurs between you guys and how it gets formed, but everyone in the team also in Mumbai Indians
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
if you see Rohit and Surya, the
Right.
guys who have played for Mumbai. So, what is there with cricket and Mumbai? How was your experience when you were playing here? Best best ground to play at? Was it Shivaji Park or somewhere else you loved playing, loved training?
So for me, it's DY Patil, because I play for DY Patil and they have a beautiful ground. They have two grounds. One is the university one is the stadium one. So very beautiful, very huge and proper cricketing wickets. What we call like a cricketing wicket hota hai na, jo bowlers ko it helps spinners, it helps batsmen as well. Good outfield. So for me, DY Patil is right up at the top. And when you talk about the Mumbai thing, so obviously it comes because when you play for Mumbai, there's like obviously you play for any state, there's an emotional connect, because I'm playing for Chhattisgarh, so I have an emotional connect. But when I played for Bombay, I mean, the dressing room environment was totally different. I mean, you just talk about winning trophies. That's it. You don't talk about winning matches. You talk about winning trophies. And the way everyone pumps each other, like obviously Surya telling Shivam ki nahi ho jayega, Shivam telling Prithvi ho jayega, Prithvi telling Shreya. So I mean, it's the connection of the players and it's different, because everyone plays for different clubs. Like Surya plays for Parsi, Shreyas plays for DY, XYZ plays for some other club. But when they come in the Mumbai dressing room as a unit, they make sure that they turn up to Lions. So that is something which defines Mumbai cricket and which separates Mumbai cricket with other associations as well, I feel somewhere.
Excellent.
Because the talent is everywhere. You see Chhattisgarh, you have many talented players. But the connect with, like, the way the players connect with each other, and the way the players welcome a new player from under 19 or under 23, it's absolutely like amazing. I mean, they make sure that they give him the comfort zone. At times, they make sure that they be the guardian of that player. So that is something which is very appreciable in Mumbai cricket.
So the environment is very comfortable for anyone who is coming around, who
Yes,
is
yes.
coming into the team. And like the names you mentioned, even yourself, all superstars from the team which has come from Mumbai, they have made it big into cricket.
Right.
From from the past as well, Sunil sir and Rohit Bhai
Mm.
and everyone. Yeah, so big names from Mumbai. Okay,
Very
sir.
big names.
So again, you have mentioned your favorite team before joining Punjab was CSK, obviously. But was there any player you idolized while growing up? One player who you idolized from India or from any other country, that's fine. But your favorite player while growing up?
So while growing up, when I was like in my early teenage, it was Sachin Paji only, because obviously he was someone. My dad is a big cricket fanatic. I mean, it was his dream that I should play for the country
Yeah.
and I should play at the highest level. Obviously, he used to show me the videos. वो जो आते थे ना बड़े-बड़े वीडियो कैसेट आते थे. So yeah, like तब तो CD भी नहीं होती थी. तो videos में I used to see Sachin Paji's video against Australia, against Pakistan, the way, and that too slow motion में दिखाते थे पापा. So I think उनके वीडियोस इतने देखे हैं मैंने और लाइव मैच भी इतना देखा है उनको मैंने. तो I mean, I just try to like imitate him in every way where I can. Like obviously, I'm nowhere, not even 1% of him. But then again, I tried my best कि stance वैसा करूँ मैं, cover drive वैसे मारूँ, on drive वैसा मारूँ, flick वैसा मारूँ. तो obviously जब बचपन में था तो it was till under 17, under 19. It was only his videos I only watched, and जब भी मौका मिला YouTube में जाके search कर लिया. So it was Sachin Paji only for me.
Like your favorite player, and obviously everyone's favorite player from India, right from Virat Kohli to
Yeah.
anyone. Yeah. Okay, so now one more question from my side. Any cricketer from Uttar Pradesh who do you think has inspired you to become a cricketer? Like you're from Uttar Pradesh, and you will any cricketer out from there who has come up to the ranks, and you're like, even if he's not known, but in your locality he was known, and who made it big into cricket?
No, I remember when Mohammad Kaif bhai played with UVPA under 19 World Cups when they won for the first time. I mean, I was very small, but then I watched the final, and obviously that was something because see, Kaif bhai was someone who was mentally very sharp and he had a very sound personality, fielding and all. Wise, he was the captain that time. So I think, uh, if you're asking about the UP thing, then I think Kaif bhai because obviously he was someone like obviously later on in my life I got a chance to meet him, but he's someone who when he talks about cricket now, he'll give you those pinpoints and he'll give you those what side clicks now what a cricketer needs ki acha
Yes.
aisa karna chahiye वैसा करना चाहिए. So I mean he's someone who is very sharp, Mohammad Kaif. And obviously while growing when I was like what 10 12 years when I saw Kaif भाई कि अच्छा 19 वर्ल्ड कप कैसे जीता, तो I mean it made me felt like कि हाँ यार मुझे भी अंडर 19 खेलना है, though I have not played the under 19 India, but it gave me a feel कि नहीं यार अंडर 19 इंडिया में भी कितना वो है यंगस्टर कितना लाइक यूवी थे सुदीप पाजी थे कैब भाई थे इन लोगों का एक ग्रुप था पूरा कितना. तो
Right.
वो एक कैब भाई से आई थिंक कैब भाई वो समवन जिनको मुझे लगा कि यार ही समवन जिनको
Right.
फॉलो करना है मुझे.
So that first kick, Mohammad Kev sir gave it to you
Oh
while watching
yes,
as a child. Obviously, a great player. Now we see him do the commentary for IPL, etc. And he's so not biased towards anything. If someone
exactly.
else is also doing good, some other team is also
He
doing well, he will
appreciates.
be like, yeah, he appreciates
Yes,
everyone, everything.
yes,
Great
yes,
character. Now, some fun question, if I can ask you.
yes. You
Uh,
can.
any favorite Bollywood actor, actress like you have appreciated, you have loved since any actor?
I think Ranveer Singh is someone because his energy towards his work. I mean, I've seen his movies. I don't know him personally, but I've heard instances about him through Surya only. So he's
Okay,
someone who's a big time character and who's someone who's very energetic and very passionate about his work. So and obviously acting wise, he's right up there. So
right.
Ranveer Singh is someone who I like the most watching and following.
Okay. And about speaking about actors and big Bollywood stars, your owner Preity Zinta is one of the biggest Bollywood stars, and we have seen her supporting you, uploading photos with you whenever you did well, whenever you were performing good. What are your views about her? How is she as a owner? Because we have heard people talk about Shah Rukh as a owner, very motivating, comes to the dressing room. How is Preity Zinta as a owner and her vibes around the dressing room?
She's the best human being you can come across. Like once now I can tell everyone that I know Preeti man because obviously I've spent few minutes only. But when you talk to someone, you get an idea, you get a sense. Ki nahi yaar. And she's someone who's very passionate about cricket. She's someone who always motivates. Like there are times where मैं खुद ही demotivate करता था कि क्या हार गए अपन लोग यार कैसे हो गए. But she's someone who makes sure that she motivates you. She's always there and she's always someone की पूरा अपने पे नहीं नहीं तुम्हारी गलती नहीं मेरी गलती. She's someone who keeps the team first कि नहीं बाबा तुम लोग safe रहो I'll take the blame everything. So
Hmm.
she's someone who is very supportive, very motivating and very helpful at times because I've had conversation about my cricket, about my past, about my journey and she's someone जो इतने अच्छे से like she listened to me then she gives an answer and which is so सुकून वाला आंसर कि नहीं यार मैम सही बोल रही है. Obviously she's a global star. I mean,
Yeah.
just think कि Preity Zinta man, a big global star, and Shashank Singh just अभी circuit में आया है, and then she's discussing hours about something about my cricket about XYZ thing. So this is something और बिल्कुल see me talking to a friend और उसको सुनना समझे कि हम लोग फ्रेंड्स हैं वो सुनेगा मेरी बात. But me talking to Preeti ma'am and Preeti ma'am listening is something I
Right.
cannot even imagine, but it has happened. So obviously, she's someone who is a gem of a person, very supportive, very motivated, and very passionate about cricket. Very few
Yeah.
people know that she's extremely passionate and she knows in and out of cricket, like technically also, and about things happening in cricket. So she knows everything.
And we can get a sense of it, like, to be very honest, Punjab hasn't done well since so many years now. 2014 was the last time they played a final or something, but she comes to the auction every year. Every match she's here, she's supporting her team, she's cheering for her team. For so many years, anyone will get demotivated when your franchise is not doing that great, as in never won an IPL trophy as well. So has she given you any kind of advice or anything when the team was not doing good, but you were doing good, or something which inspired you to keep on going and increased your love for this franchise?
No, like she's someone who's always supported me. Like obviously, There were times where obviously when we didn't do well as a team, but she made sure that she made everyone comfortable. See, I'm someone who has not played the first 3 years of the IPL. I was in the dugout and just giving, like, I was a water boy in the dugout. So how you know someone is how they treat the people, like the guys who are not playing, the 12, 13, 14, 15 until 25. So she made sure, especially, and even the management, and when I'm saying the owners, that all the owners and the management, they made sure that the guys who are not playing also get everything, and they are taking care of them. Because see, 11 will play. Okay, I did decently well this year, so people are praising me. But they made sure that the rest who are not playing, who are mentally fatigued, and obviously when you don't play, you get frustrated. I have been frustrated because obviously I know that only 11 can play, but then it's a human brain, right? तो दिमाग में आता है कि यार क्यों नहीं खेल रहा हूँ मैं, अच्छा हूँ कि बुरा हूँ. But they made sure the rest 13 or 14 guys who are not playing, they made sure कि उनको भी वो एक अच्छा comfort zone मिले. So that is how you judge someone. That is how you judge a person कि
Yeah.
यार ये कैसा है. So she made sure the guys who are not playing also get everything whatever they want. It's just not about the 11 players, it's about the 25 players. So वो मेरे लिए एक बहुत अच्छा था. And then again, she told me that obviously good things will come. Like obviously the first question when you ask you what have seen, she told me कि अपने roots मत भूलना, be grounded the way you are. And she showed the confidence कि I know that the person you are, you'll be always grounded. And she knows that from where I come, about my family background as well, and about my struggles as well. So she gave me the confidence कि जो भी अब आगे होगा, all अच्छा चीज ही होने वाला है तुम्हारे साथ. So just be grounded and follow the process. So obviously, see, someone, a friend telling me and Preeti ma'am telling me are two different things, because Preeti ma'am, obviously, I look her as a global celebrity, a global star, and a friend का भी तो friend है, बगल वाला ही है. So obviously, when she giving me the advice कि शशांक ये चीज है, तो obviously हाँ, मैम बोल रही है तो सही होगा. And it's a human thing. तो मेरे
Yes.
लिए बहुत बड़ी बात थी वो सब.
But is it difficult to stay grounded when when you become a star? Like, is it difficult to like keep on telling yourself that okay, Shashank, no, okay, but or is it comes naturally to you? Like you seem to be so nice and so modest in this interview, but sometimes there might be some occasion where you might be also thinking, okay, now I'm a star, now everyone knows me, now people know me. So is it difficult?
No, it's not at all difficult, to be very honest. See, whatever things are happening, I've never expected anything
Right.
happen. And to be honest, I've not told anyone this, but see, these things makes me happy, I won't say. But then I know that this is part of a life. There will be a point where someone XYZ player will come and I'll be dropped out and I'll be sitting at home and watching the IPL again back. Maybe I'll not be good enough. There will be a point I'll not be good enough to play in the IPL. So obviously these things are temporary.
Yeah.
What is real is this thing. Like obviously the bond we are making, that is real. Rest everything obviously it is performance oriented. अच्छा करूंगा तो रिटेन रहूंगा, अच्छा करूंगा तो ऑक्शन में जाऊंगा, अच्छा ये करूंगा. दैट इज सब, वो सब टेम्पररी है यार. वो सब क्या पता एक अच्छा बॉल आ जाए, जीरो पे आउट हो जाऊं, फील्डिंग में डाई मारा, हैमस्ट्रिंग टेयर हो जाए. तो दीज आर ऑल टेम्पररी. व्हाट इज परमानेंट इज द बॉन्ड यू मेक विद पीपल, बिकॉज सच अ शॉर्ट लाइफ, सच अ शॉर्ट करियर इन क्रिकेट स्पेशली. सो देयर इज नो पॉइंट कि वो मैं बोलूँ कि यार मैं स्टार बन गया. अरे क्या
Hmm.
स्टार बन गया मैं यार. दीज बॉन्ड्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट कि बाबा 40 45 के बाद भी एक लाइफ रहेगी मेरी क्रिकेट के बाद भी. सो हैव टू बी ग्राउंडेड, बिकॉज आज मुझे कोई स्टार बोल रहा है, कल कोई और स्टार होगा, तो बट वो स्टार तो टेम्पररी चीज है. सो आई मीन इट शुडंट गो टू हेड. इवन कभी कभी जब स्टार आप नहीं भी रहते हो, आप 0-0 पे आउट होते हो, वो भी एक टेम्पररी चीज तो है. आप आज 0 करो, कल 100 करोगे यार आप. तो आई मीन दीज ऑल आर टेम्पररी. खराब फॉर्म, अच्छा फॉर्म, ऑल टेम्पररी. व्हाट इज परमानेंट इज द बॉन्ड यू मेक विद पीपल, द द लाइफ यू शेयर,
Yeah.
द योर
So the
फैमिली.
memories you're making is much more important to you than
एग्जैक्टली.
fame you will get, which also
या.
makes sense because it's a cricketers after retirement, they might also question themselves what to do now, commenting or doing.
एग्जैक्टली.
Yeah. So the fame shouldn't, and the biggest of the cricketers which we have seen, like MS Dhoni in this
या.
country, even Sachin Tendulkar, when we
या.
see
या.
his interview, I've never seen him wear any posh clothes or something like that. He'll wear a t-shirt, he'll just chill around. Even Dhoni, he'll ride
एग्जैक्टली.
his bike around Ranchi all the time. So I think this is what
एग्जैक्टली.
makes the cricketers so great and athletes so
एग्जैक्टly.
yes. And you have interacted with so many foreign cricketers, and I don't think they ever take this fame so seriously as well
Not at
because
all. Not at
they
all.
don't. Yeah. Who is your favorite cricketer from overseas? Like any foreign cricketer who you love the most and appreciate the most?
See, I like AB de Villiers. I like his batting. I like the way, I like his approach towards cricket, because
Yeah.
I've seen his videos, I've read his book. So I think the way he approaches about cricket, about every inning, about every match. So I think that is something I really like. And if you ask me about with someone with whom I've shared the dressing room, in Ben Stokes, because he's someone, his work ethics are just amazing. I think if I can reach 70% or 50% of his work ethics now, I'll be one of the best cricketers around because he's someone who is his work ethics are just too different level.
Monster
That's
mentality kind of a
Oh
person.
yes, never give up attitude.
Yeah.
And when he gets tired, also he makes sure that he even Abhi also he makes sure he does his fielding sessions, his bowling sessions. A genuine all rounder, proper all rounder. I feel
So
so.
you have
That is
mentioned
choice.
red ball cricket and you want to get better at it. And red ball cricket, what we have seen growing up and what Ben Stokes has invented with McCallum, what do you prefer? Like, do you prefer the new style of baseball or do you just want to be the normal, proper form of cricket, which Test cricket was? Like to play it slow, to play for the draw, the new kind of baseball thing which has come up.
Yeah, obviously, like if you ask me about as a spectator, then who doesn't? यार like आ रहे हैं पहली बॉल से मार रहे हैं. It feels good कि पहली बॉल से ढम डूम ढम पैर निकाल के मारे जा रहे हैं. So it feels good as a spectator. But then when you ask me as a professional, then I'm someone who loves to play. There's a way where I build my innings. So that is a certain way. It's not a baseball. It's not a old traditional way. It's somewhere my way or the way domestic players are playing that way. Like
Right,
for example, you say Shubman Gill, you say Shreyas Iyer, the way they are playing. It's not baseball, it's not traditional. It's something they are just watching the ball and reacting.
right.
If it's there, they'll hit it. If it's not there, they'll not. Baseball is something, for me, it's a bit over aggressive.
Yeah,
Traditional was a bit traditional defensive side. So somewhere in between, and everyone have his own way of tackling things, taking building the innings forward as a batsman. So
yeah,
even I have a way, but it's just that about few mental setup, about few technical things I have to work here and there. So I'm working on that because I read in red ball, it's more about the technique. It's about the mental thing is there, but then the technique part also takes the
yeah.
place. So I'm
Of
working on the technical thing as well in red ball cricket, plus as well as the temperament part, the mental part. So hopefully, I'm just hoping that this year, whatever 9, 10 games we reach the final of the Ranji Trophy, and I
yeah.
have to do well in red ball. Yeah.
Yeah, you're too focused on the red ball, which is also everyone's dream to play
Yeah, yeah.
play the red ball cricket. Everyone respects red ball cricket from where we see
Yes.
it. Everyone wants to like if given you an opportunity to make your debut first for T20 in India or Test cricket, which one will you select? I think I know the answer, but still.
No, the answer is T20.
Oh, okay. You will go
The,
T20.
because see, I know I have to work on my red ball game for sure. And
Okay.
right now, so I'm working. So, but T20, I'm more confident about myself as a player
Okay.
because I think I've played a decent amount of T20s in past 6, 7 years. And with
Right.
IPL this year, I think I'm more confident about T20. Plus, somewhere I know that I can be a bit. I can give 2 overs, 3 overs to the team in my bowling as well. Where in
Right.
red ball, I think I have to work a lot on pace
Right.
and variation on my skill. So I think I'm more confident about my T20 and white ball game, the one day and T20 game, as compared to the red game. As of now, if you ask me.
Okay, okay. Makes sense, makes sense. And I think we all are very excited to even see you in T20 for India with the
Oh,
new
thank you so
emerging
much.
player Cummings and then you and Rinku Singh and Yashashvi. I think it will be a great super team. Talking about T20 in India, the T20 World Cup is going on. Are you following the games? Are you following the matches? Of stupid
Yes, who
question,
is
but
not like no like at 7:45 my dad calls me drawing room में आ जाओ टीवी चालू है and then he starts discussing about cricket India batting करे India bowling करे कौन कैसे आउट हो रहा है कौन कैसे शॉट्स मार रहा है तो
right.
it's about कि 7:45 से 11:30 तक चलता है मैच and then I'm drawing room with my dad watching in the big screen तो अच्छा
Yeah.
लगता है feels good
Acha,
and the way India is playing I mean
Rohit
fingers
Sharma's
crossed.
innings against Australia. Like, what are your views?
I think
Being
that is one of the rare innings you will see. Yaar. To be
yeah,
very honest, that is not possible in all the matches because see, Rohit Bhai can do it in most of the matches. But apart from Rohit Bhai, there are very few cricketers who can do it. Like with such timing, with such class, with such grace.
clean
So I
hitting.
think extremely lucky that I watched that match live because usually at times कभी होता है ना कि अपन highlight देखते हैं तो मजा नहीं आता है लाइव मैच में आई मीन लाइव अगर देखने को मिल जाए ग्राउंड पे तो अलग ही बात है
Right.
बट अगर आप लाइव टीवी पे देख रहे हो तो भी आपको वो पूरा था ना बॉल के बीच में जब गैप रहता है रोहित भाई जाते हैं इधर लेग अंपायर तक फिर आते हैं सो
बात कर
ऑल दीज थिंग्स एज अ क्रिकेटर व्हेन यू सी ना तो इट गिव्स यू अ डिफरेंट वाइब ऑल टुगेदर एंड दैट डे तो ही वाज आउट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड आई मीन kind of very rare innings you'll see. We didn't score a
right.
hundred. I was very like disheartened कि यार क्यों यार 8 रन कर लेते. But again, the way he's a proper team man, that shows. Like one of the questions when you asked me, it's
Yeah,
always team first. And Rohit Bhai is the prime example in today's cricket. That
right.
proper team man, team pehle bhai. So
And
that
like
is
you
something.
also said that you don't care about personal milestones. I don't think he does. He has
He's
been constantly talking about that. I don't care about 50s. I don't care about hundreds. So I think he has gone above all these things, and he just wants to
Exactly.
win it for his team now.
Yes.
He just wants to win the T20 World Cup, and he scored performed against Australia, and we all knew what happened the last time. And what were your feelings? What were your emotions when India lost the ODI World Cup final against Australia?
Very disappointed, very disheartened because obviously, and I was more disappointed, disheartened when Virat bhai, Rohit bhai, Surya, everyone was literally, I won't say crying, 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 but I saw
Right,
the
but the
tears in
most,
their eyes.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, the eyes were wet. So obviously, that is something, yeah, you don't want your friends or maybe your colleagues to have that because obviously end of the day I've spoken about that cricket is not it's not an emotional game, it's more of a practical game, but we as Indians we can't help it. I can't help it, even I cried, so it does happen, yeah. Saying in an interview or saying something कि यार नहीं यार emotional नहीं होना चाहिए something, but जब वो होता है तो you get emotional. So obviously very emotional. अभी भी when I'm talking वो goosebumps आ रहे हैं because थोड़ा सा लगता है यार कि क्यों हार गए, but then obviously it's a part of a game end of the day and everyone has moved on to a good extent. I don't know कि सब लोग हुए कि नहीं, but most of the people have moved on, and obviously good things are waiting in future for our team, so it will happen.
like we have seen Virat and Rohit achieve so much in their career, but still they both were crying, they both were let down. Even someone like Surya and or every player on the ground, but especially to see Rohit and Virat, the two greatest players of India, being let down so much, and that is what sports is for us. I
Exactly.
don't like you say it from a very closure point of view. I see it from a very fan perspective, but it affects as a player, right? Every time you
100%.
go on field, every time you lose a match, it will break you down a little bit more.
Exactly, and it shows that how much passionate they are about the sports, about the country. I
Yeah,
mean, everything सब अपनी जगह है, but when you talk about the country, it's always country first, and that is what makes them a legend. I mean, the records, everything like Rohit Bhai's record, Virat Bhai's record is something जो बहुत I don't think achievable है कि नहीं है. But the passion about the sports, about the country is something which makes them a legend for me.
makes sense. Makes sense. Makes absolute sense. And about Virat Kohli, we have spoken about Mahi and we have spoken about Rohit Sharma. Have you interacted with Virat Kohli? What was the first thing he told you, and what are your views about him as a cricketer?
So I've interacted with Virat Bhai a few times, like in IPL only, but this time it was something which is very special because उनको पता था मेरा नाम because we were in धर्मशाला together. तो धर्मशाला में जब थे तो I had good run before that, decent run before that in the IPL. तो first इस pool से वो आ रहे थे और मैं pool जा रहा था. तो मैं बोला विराट भाई, बोले "ए, मार्क किधर है तेरा देखा?" तो मैंने बोला अच्छा, लगता है विराट भाई ने भी देखा है रील या कुछ देखा है. मैं हंसने लगा, विराट भाई यार. तो बोले कि नहीं नहीं बहुत अच्छा कर रहा है and करते रहे ऐसे ही. देन ऑब्वियसली आई हैड few questions to ask about cricket, about normal personal things. तो फिर he was standing, I was standing, Anuj Rawat was there. लिटरली 40 मिनट्स से हम लोग एंड वी मतलब पता ही नहीं चला 40 मिनट्स कब चले गए. मतलब मेरा टाइम था पूल का 12:45 का, तो मैं 12 बजे ही चले गया था कि थोड़ा सा मोबिलिटी कर लूंगा पूल में जाने के पहले. तो 12:45 हमारा टीम पोजीशन था, 12:40 हो गए, 40 मिनट्स कब निकले मुझे मालूम नहीं पड़ा. और हम लोग क्रिकेट की बात कर रहे हैं, अबाउट टेक्निक की, थोड़ा कुछ शॉट्स के, अबाउट मेंटल सेटअप की बात कर रहे थे. एंड द वे ही वाज आंसरिंग, मतलब ऐसा लग रहा था कि यार बस करते ही रहो. एंड ऐसा धर्मशाला में उस दिन थोड़ा गर्म था, बाहर खड़े होके बस बात कर रहे हैं. और ऐसा लग रहा था कि यार ये तो कोई छत्तीसगढ़ का बंदा है, इससे बात कर रहा हूँ. मतलब ऑल दी स्टार्स, इवन रोहित भाई, माही भाई,
Yeah,
इन्होंने जितना ही बात किया, अभी नहीं स्टार्स और भी इतने सारे लोगों से बात किया, सब लोग इतना ग्राउंडेड होके बात करते हैं ना. ऐसा लगता है कि यार ये तो अपने छत्तीसगढ़ के बंदे से बात कर रहा हूँ मैं अपने टीम का, कि इतना फ्रेंडली होके, इतना मेरे शूज पहन के बात करते हैं, मुझे समझाते हैं कि अच्छा इसको ऐसे समझ आएगा. तो बहुत अच्छा लगा उनसे बात करके. मतलब उन्होंने बताया कि क्रिकेट को कैसे लेना, आगे क्या करना है मुझे, कैसे वर्क करना है चीजों पे. और मतलब उन्होंने पूरा कॉन्फिडेंस ही दिया. एक बार भी तो इनसे बात करके हमेशा एक चीज रियलाइज होती है मुझे, और मैं भी कभी किसी अंडर 19 या से बात करता हूँ, कि कभी भी नेगेटिव बात करते ही नहीं है, हमेशा पॉजिटिव. जैसे हम लोग कभी कभी नेगेटिव बात कर देते हैं ना एक दूसरे से बात कर रहे हैं तो, कि यार वो खराब हो गया था, याद है, या खराब इनिंग्स हुई थी वो. बट दे विल मेक श्योर कि वो नेगेटिव, वो खराब, बुरी, ये सब वर्ड्स लाए ना, हर चीज पॉजिटिव वे में, कि जो अच्छी अगर मैंने 2 रन भी किए होंगे ना, 2 रन में पॉजिटिव रहता वो निकालने का ट्राई करेंगे ये लोग. सो आई
right.
मीन दिस मेक्स देम अ डिफरेंट पर्सन. एंड कितना कुछ सीखने को है. सी, टेक्निकली बहुत कुछ सीखने को है, माइंडसेट बहुत कुछ सीखने को है, बट जो पॉजिटिविटी है उन लोगों के अंदर वो ज्यादा अच्छी है सीखने के लिए. तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है बात करके यार.
एंड वो लोग ने जो अभी तक देखा है, their experience and everything, they are so mentally strong. When even when we see Virat's interview or Rohit's interview, they came after the ODI World Cup and they are saying it was just it was a moment. Now we are behind it. Now I don't want to think about it or something like that. And I cannot even imagine how much he has inspired you in your life. And उनके साथ बात करना ही वो 40 मिनट एक पूरा एक इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ क्रिकेट होगा विद इन इटसेल्फ.
लाइक वो
एंड
40 मिनट्स, आई मीन ऐसा था कि बस बातें हो रही थी, इट वाज ऑल अबाउट क्रिकेट से रिलेटेड, क्रिकेट की और थोड़ा आसपास इधर उधर की बातें, मतलब कभी भी हम लोग हट नहीं रहते कुछ और ही चले जाए, और बहुत अच्छा लगा क्योंकि होता है ना कभी कभी आप जब आप सुनते हो आप उन लोग की बातें, उनके हर एक वर्ड सुनते हो, इवन टेक्निकल पॉइंट से भी, समझ लो एक स्क्वायर कट की बात की हम लोगों ने कि स्क्वायर कट पे क्या, तो जब बताते हैं कि सिमिलरिटी से कि यार तूने वो मारा था, एंड ही रिमेंबर्स थिंग, ऐसा नहीं कि उन्हें याद भी है कौन से मैच में मैंने क्या किया था, मुझे यही लगा था बाद में, आई मीन जब थिंकिंग हुआ कि भाई विराट भाई से बात करके आ रहा हूँ मैं, तो पूल में सोच रहा था मैं कि उनको मेरे वो कट शॉट भी उनको याद था कि कोई मैच में कट मारा था, तुम्हें याद है कितना अच्छा कट मारा था, वो मुझे बता रहे थे, तो मैं बोला कि मतलब he follows cricket to see I follow cricket, I know कि मैं तो follow कर रहा हूँ domestically, but someone like Virat Kohli who is one of the busiest, must be one of the busiest man, still उन्होंने
yeah.
वो मैच देखा होगा, and so all these things छोटी छोटी बहुत छोटी चीज है, मेरा एक स्क्वायर कट देखना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, बट विराट कोहली को वो याद है, वो बड़ी बात है मेरे लिए, तो आई मीन बहुत अच्छा
And what
लगता
it
है.
also shows that he cares about cricket as a whole. Like if he's following cricket so much, उनको आपका square cut के बारे में पता है, उनको उन्होंने आपका reel भी देखा है. So the sharp mind which he has, and we always tends to think that these cricketers like big stars, they might be doing something else outside cricket. But no, I think they are always around watching cricket.
Around, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
we saw a
exactly.
video of Rahul Dravid also in watching USA versus Pakistan in the metro train in UK.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
following the game from the metro of Pakistan.
exactly.
These guys think about this,
Exactly.
right?
So
Yeah,
it's like 24 hours में, like if you are training 5 6 hours 7 hours, but rest 6 7 hours also it tends to goes around cricket only. कोई मैच देख रहे होगे कुछ कर रहे होगे तो it will go around cricket only. ऐसा नहीं
right.
हो कि बिल्कुल हट जाओगे आप as a professional, तो I think most of the cricketers ऐसे ही रहते हैं, और बहुत अच्छी बात लगती है मेरे को.
सर आपने एनएफएल का टी शर्ट पहना है. इज देयर एनी अदर स्पोर्ट which you watch passionately except cricket or any yeah, so first we'll talk about sport. Any sport you watch except cricket, any football club you're a fan of?
See, I watch tennis with पापा कभी कभी, ऐसे ऐसे कभी कभी बाहर tennis I watch. Apart from that, football कभी कभी when Ronaldo is playing, तो मुझे ज़्यादा players मालूम नहीं है, but when Ronaldo plays then I make sure कि मैं उठूँ रात में, यूरो कप के लिए भी उठूँ रात में और देखूँ मैचेस, या क्लब गेम्स भी मैं देखूँ मैं फ्रेंड्स के साथ. बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट तो यार ऐसे दूसरा स्पोर्ट्स उतना कभी फॉलो किया नहीं है, बट हाँ टेनिस और फुटबॉल तो करता रहता हूँ.
And Ronaldo is your like favorite player?
फेवरेट एथलीट टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, हिज वर्क एथिक्स आर डिफरेंट यार, उसका भी 2 3% मिल जाए तो सॉर्टेड हो जाएगा.
So him, Virat Kohli, all in the same criteria, the mentality monster kind of people who will just keep on working till their body doesn't give up. I think so. I think their
Exactly.
mind will give up first before their body because they're so right.
Exactly. I mean, अब like up to the mark you said कि पहले दिमाग गिरेगा बट बॉडी उन लोग का लाइक दे आर डिफरेंट लेवल, आई मीन सुपर
Yeah.
ह्यूमंस बोल सकते हैं उन लोग को यार, उनके वो कहते हैं जिस तरीके से लाइक यू सी विराट भाई यार, वो मैं वो रन आउट जो हुआ था एक आरसीबी के मैच में, मैं बोलता हूँ मुझे बाद में लगा कि नहीं यार ठीक है विराट भाई कुछ ज्यादा ही क्विक थे यार, मैं तो चलो मैं मुझे कहीं बोले स्कोर में मान लूंगा, बट पहले मैं उनका वो ज्यादा क्विक है, मुझे तो अपनी पेस बढ़ानी ही बढ़ानी है, उसमें कोई दो राय है ही नहीं, आई हैव टू वर्क ऑन माय फिटनेस, बट आई थिंक ही इज एक्स्ट्रा क्विक.
Right. He's like, so in one of his interviews, he said that I do all this diet, I follow all this diet to be that 0.7 seconds quicker for to take that catch. And that's the difference. So as you're a professional cricketer, do you follow any special kind of nutrition diet, or do you have any set of workouts which you follow to keep your body that active and fit?
Yes, obviously you have to. You don't have any choice. You have to follow because obviously you cannot eat anything and everything. Yeah. You have to have a certain diet. You have to have some amount of calories which are given by the nutritionist to you. You have to follow a certain amount of training which is being given by a trainer because obviously you have to work on certain muscles which are weak in your body. Everyone, for example, mine is hamstring is sort of a weaker and on the stiffer side. So I have to work on the hamstrings even more. For example, किसी और के लिए XYZ किसी calf muscle होगा, किसी के लिए triceps होगा. So everyone has a different body structure, every different body pattern. So, but as a professional in any sports, if you not only in cricket, any sports, you have to work and you have to follow those diets if you want to play at the highest level.
And it's important now. Like if you go back 10-15 years back, I don't think many players, many cricketers even followed that thing. They were all natural. I think they will enter gym, but they lead everything. But now I think Virat Kohli got this trend into cricket, and now everyone is following it, especially the youngsters who are just entering cricket, like Shubman, you, Yashashvi. You guys will be very focused on your diet and what you are eating. And I think that also enhances the career of one cricketer. If previously players used
Exactly.
to retire by 33, 34, 35, you guys can now play till 40. So you see the
Exactly.
importance in that thing, right?
Exactly. You get the longevity. Plus, as well, the cricket has become faster. When you see 20 years back, it wasn't this faster. i- Indian team weren't playing this much matches. Even the
Right,
domestic side weren't playing these much matches. The T20 has come over to a great extent. It's a very
right,
fast game, so you have to match that fitness level and the power you want because see, it's more of a power game now. And when you say 33, 34, obviously the cricket now, like you see players are retiring at 39, 40, 41 even. So obviously, if you want to prolong your career, if you want to have a good, powerful career, then you have to follow all these. There's no alternative. And I
right.
think this is not too much yeah to ask. You can have a diet. It's a very short career. कोई 22-25 साल का लड़का स्टार्ट कर रहा है 15 साल डाइट करना और ट्रेनिंग करना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है
हाँ,
वंस यू आर डन विथ योर क्रिकेट यू कैन फॉलो नॉर्मल ट्रेनिंग फिर मत करना था डाइट मत करना था ट्रेनिंग नॉर्मल करना कुछ वॉक कर
right.
लेना जैसे अंकल लोग करते हैं वॉक तो आई थिंक अभी दिस करियर इज सच अ शॉर्ट करियर सो देयर इज नो अल्टरनेटिव फॉर दिस यू हैव टू फॉलो एंड यू शुड फॉलो
And IPL is becoming a sport, a league of another level now. And going forward, it might also be a possibility कि this can become a yearly tournament or something like EPL is, right? Like बहुत लोग international matches कम हो जाएंगे और उसके लिए आप लोगों को और ज्यादा fitness में ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. So very excited for what we are seeing in the IPL. So,
यस
let's just go on to some fun question now. Last two, three questions I'll ask you and won't take
ओके
much of time. Okay, so one word for these following cricketers. Okay, if you want to describe these cricketers in one word, what will you want to say? One word or one line, whatever will you like to say? Okay, so let's just start with Rohit Sharma.
रोहित भाई genuine person genuine by heart
Genuine
literally
bias.
genuine person genuine very genuine
Okay, MS Dhoni.
legend MS भाई
Like,
legend है
okay, Virat Kohli.
विराट भाई फिटनेस freak this week for
MS.
sure.
Okay, and your captain of PVK is Shikhar Dhawan.
Shikhar bhai, full of masti, full of mazak, and
Right.
very extremely chill.
Very extremely chill. Okay, and Sachin Tendulkar,
God of cricket.
God
वो
of
एक ही
cricket.
नाम आता है हाँ सचिन डैश गॉड ऑफ क्रिकेट
सब लोग के दिमाग में. And
यस
last person I want to speak to you about and want you to describe is Gautam Gambhir.
गौती भाई aggressive controlled aggression
Yeah,
and at the same time very genuine again just like Rohit bhai very genuine true by heart very straightforward and I've not interacted with him much to be very honest. I've only seen him once during one of our gym sessions this year, but he seems like a very genuine person. And obviously, whatever I've seen on television, he has a controlled aggression, which is very much required,
right.
and a proper Delhi guy, like होता है ना जो Delhi guys from होते हैं वैसे. So I mean a proper
Right.
Delhi guy.
And I was recently seeing one of his interviews, and he said that all those dressing room gathering and lunch and all, it doesn't matter much. But when you appreciate a player when he scores 15 runs of 5 balls, 6 balls, that does more to him than anything else. Like you also did with your man of the match award.
Right.
So do you think he makes sense when he says like players should be appreciated in all the levels by
110%.
yeah,
110% because see, uh, 100 cannot define that he has won a match, or even a fiver cannot decide who has won a match.
right,
Every run, every wicket, every ball stopped in a game has won you a match. So,
right,
I mean, these are small contributions aren't appreciated that much. But then you see the way Gautam Bhai did with Virat Bhai when he was young. So all these things will be there for forever. Maybe 100, maybe someone will score 20, 2500, but that 100 where someone else has appreciated him will be there with him for a lifetime. So
lifetime.
all those things will matter in a cricketer's life, to be very honest. And I think Gautam Bhai is someone who always keeps the cricketers first. I mean, before him, he'll keep his teammates first. So I
Right,
think that is something which every cricketer should learn from him. To keep the other 10 players or the 14 players on your team because the rest who are not playing also have done the same thing in the winning cause or a losing cause.
right.
It's not only the 10 players who are playing, 11 players who are playing, it's the 15 players who are playing and even the management, the
Yeah.
support staff. So I
And
think, yeah,
he concentrates a lot on these things, a team perspective, and you're also that kind of a person. And I think it also plays a very big role when to build a team. Like we saw what he did with KKR. Will you like to play under his mentorship?
who doesn't have like Gautam by someone? Like obviously he's someone who has this controlled aggression, and I also feel that I have this thoda sa aggression wala part, and I think I'll vibe well with him. And obviously playing under him, he's very sharp. Again, he's extremely sharp person. What I've heard from players. So obviously to take few pointers, few tips from him will be very helpful in my career. So obviously would love to whenever I get a chance in future, and I'll make sure that
Yeah.
in future I do all the things or the process right that I get in the team. But then, yeah, I mean, the way he did with KKR, I think Shreyas, again, when I messaged him, he was saying, he was praising Gautam by to a different level altogether. So it shows that the man has something which is very special in him. And yeah, very lucky that at least uh, I know him thoda bahut jo bhi I know him. Very
No,
lucky.
we are hoping to see your combination with Gautam Gambhir soon for the Men in Blue. Okay, so the last segment, I'll just give you two options. You have to pick between one legends,
बाप रे.
your preferred legends.
Hmm.
Okay, might be a little complicated for you, but you can take your time. Okay, so let's just can we start?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so MS Dhoni or Yuvraj Singh?
बाप रे. 49-51, my by.
My by a little bit gap, but my by over.
50.5 and 49.5.
Okay, okay.
Both are legends. To be very honest, both are legends. Very difficult. Huh? Don't give me this difficult. हर legend के साथ मेरा नाम add कर दो please. That will be much easier for me.
No sir, जरा सा तो fun segment we want. Okay.
ठीक है.
Jaiswal or Gill? This might be a little bit easier for you.
I think Shubman has proven himself to a great extent. So Shubman.
Okay, okay. Gambhir or Virendra Sehwag?
Oh, Virendra Sehwag. Ah, Gautam bhai, I'll say because Sehwag myself never had an interaction. Gautam
Right,
bhai said once in the gym. So, but again, if you talk about talent, then if you talk about talent, then Virupa is he's the number one talent in India.
right. But you are a little bit inclined. Like you prefer
Yeah.
Gautam more, which
Yeah,
is
because no, because I don't know Virubai, but if you
right.
talk about cricketing talent, then Virubai for sure.
I think he is one of the greatest
Uh,
batsmen we have ever had. No one.
Talent-wise, so there's no one can ever be that talented.
Right.
No chance.
Okay. Jasprit Bumrah or Bhuvneshwar Kumar?
Fun, but I think Jassi.
Just see. Okay, great. Bhuvi is also a legend, but
Oh, I mean, I've played with him in SRH. He's different level altogether.
okay. Now an interesting one: Rinku Singh or Shashank Singh?
Has to be Rinku Singh for sure. No question.
You're giving him the upper hand over.
Yeah, Rinku Singh has proved him to a different level at the highest stage as well. He has done it. I have to still prove myself at the highest stage. Though, if you ask me this question on field, then hands down it will be Shashank Singh. But right
Right.
now we are off field, so it will be always Rinku Singh.
Right now, you're not. You have let your guards down, so you're just going
Yeah.
with Rinku. But on field,
Yes.
obviously, you'll have to pick yourself over anyone, right?
Yes.
Not just Rinku. Okay.
Yes.
ABD or Chris Gayle?
ABD.
ABD. A last question. You can choose not to answer. You know the question, I think so. But Rohit or Virat?
Okay. So it will be. This is extremely most simple answer. It's Rohit by his pull and hook shot, and Virat by his cover drive.
Okay. So
Very
that's
simple for me.
very
Yes.
simple.
Yes.
You're not
Yes.
going to pick between this two. Both are
like
important.
it's the same question when you ask someone like I mean different genre altogether. मम्मी या पापा किस तरह प्यार करते हो?
Right.
दोनों से ही प्यार करते हैं. So
Right.
Virat and Rohit both are straight up there. 1/1.
And we also don't want people to answer this question. That's why I said you can choose not to answer because we love both
Yeah.
of them and we have
Yeah.
seen them growing together into
Oh
cricket and
yes. I mean
in the end years. We don't want them to retire.
what they have done, and I hope they don't. And what
Yes.
they have done to Indian cricket, I think it's marvelous, it's tremendous, and I mean we all are very grateful that we are seeing the era, and I hope it continues forever.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you so much for your time for this
Thank
interview.
you.
It was great interacting with you. Cannot see any iota of attitude whenever you
No,
speak,
no.
and I hope that you do very well. And
Thank you,
hoping
Abhishek.
rooting for you actually on a
Thank
very
you.
personal level. Thank you,
No,
sir.
no, thank you, Abhishek. It was so good talking to you, and I mean, you really have a good cricketing knowledge as well. And hopefully,
Thank you.
once I'm around, we'll
Yes,
surely
sir.
meet up
For
for
sure.
coffee if
Want to
anything.
meet? Yeah.
Yes, and thanks again. Really loved having this conversation with you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
sir.
much.